Rebecca Malope featuring Chwana Gospel Choir. Look at me, don't let me die. It is a Thursday. Kidogo na kurudisha back in time. And I'm live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. I told you we continue with the series that I think now last week and the other week. Sasa tuko kwa mutaratara vile inafaa. Tuko in the line. Kama ukweli tukaambiwa kijana before ufanye mambo fulani. Kuna kitu inaitwa purpose, pia kuna kitu inaitwa wera. Mrembo pia kaambiwa, unajua God alichukua Eve, alienda kutengenezea Eve pale kando, ni kumaanisha kulikuwa na communion mahali. So pia wewe lazima upatikane ukiwa ndani ya Yesu. Last week pia tuka extend vile inafaa. Leo tunaendelea na the series Dating for Destiny, and of course Pastor Doc ako ndani ya nyumba. Somebody anasema Pastor Doc, Pastor who? You know, it's a very interesting name. Pastor Doc, he is a pastor and he's a doctor. Physical doctor and spiritual doctor. Bro, you are living the life. Unatibu kila mahali.
Nilikuwa natumia wa fans link. Good to hear from you and good to see you today.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Wiki imekuwa aje tangu tuachane?
Imekuwa vizuri, tunashukuru. We are trying to grow by the day.
Amen.
Na tunashukuru Mungu for everything, for the country and for the only Kenya we have.
Oh yes.
Yeah, tunashukuru Mungu sana.
They say it is our motherland.
Mazee.
Me, I usually say it's also my fatherland. Ni yetu wote. And say we're thinking of Kenya.
Yeah.
Before we are in a very interesting place.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like there's a lot of unknown. There's an expectation, and I feel like inatoka from a lot, like every place, but haina direction per se. So inakani kama we are in a very like seemingly dangerous place. Kwa sababu unajua ukijua enemy, ama ukijua source ya kitu inakuwa easier. Wakati ujui source, you are in a constant state of worry and confusion.
Yeah, if you don't know the diagnosis.
That's the word.
You don't know what to do, man.
But God got us.
We keep praying for our leaders and for the political conversation to take a positive route.
I feel like it's too early to campaign. Naweza dhani tunaenda election mwezi wa 8.
Mambo imechemka sana.
Karibu Pastor Doc.
Shukran.
So dating for destiny. Leo tunaingilia sekta gani?
I think last time tuliacha place yenye tuliona that God put Adam to sleep. And he took a rib from his side.
Ukasema hiyo rib sio straight.
First of all, hiyo rib ilikuwa moja. Lazima tujue kwamba God's original design ni ya kwamba it was supposed to be one male human being and one female human being. It's Adam and Eve, it's not Adam and Steve. It can't be otherwise. Na tuliona pia that the rib was taken, and examining the rib we see that the rib is bent or it's curved. And that's a very important thing to note, because the young people lazima wajue that if you attempt to straighten the rib, you are going to break it. That is why Peter, the book of 1 Peter, I believe it's chapter number 3, it's urging the husbands to know how to live with their wives according to wisdom, so that their prayers are not hindered. That is something that's very important. So we should not be on a campaign out there to change our spouse or to change our wife or to straighten them. Unajua kuna watu wanasemanga wewe leo utanijua, nitakunyorosha and all that type of stuff. The rib is carved so that you can put your hand around it. And when you put your hand around it, there is something about affection and love that just makes women to bloom and blossom. So that's very important for you know, the young guys to know.
After umesema hivyo last week.
Zile
hug kwangu zinaonekana. naulizwa what do you want? What do you really want? Naambia
generally madem ni responsive.
Mimi na hug to rib yangu.
Madem ni responsive. Women, I said last time that men are designed to fall in love by what they see, but women are designed to fall in love by what they hear. I think the young men just need to learn the art of choosing the words that you are using to speak to your partner or to speak to your wife. Generally, they are very responsive. If you do the right thing, you are unlikely to have many problems, but of course there are certain outliers. So tuliachia hapo na pia tukasema that Adam got a wife when he was asleep. That's very important. And I said that people who are awake are unlikely to get their partners. And we said that the bedroom or the bed that Adam used to sleep is the bedroom or bed that's called purpose. It's a purpose-driven bedroom. When the man is deeply involved in the purposes of God for his life, same namdem pia, you are so busy doing the work of God and you are living your purpose, that the idea that you are not complete or you are not okay when you are not dating or married is very minimal. So purpose is a good bedroom. It's a place where you can be able to make those emotions to sleep or those feelings to sleep until God is able to bring the partner into your life. Yeah, so Adam got a wife when he was asleep, and the Bible tells us that God made a woman out of the rib and he brought the woman to the man. I talked about this last time. Nikasema that the woman was made away from Adam. She was not made where Adam was. Adam got a God-made wife. He did not get an Adam-made or a man-made wife. And nika challenge magaldem, lazima wakuwe na corner somewhere in their life where God is making them for the future as a wife. By the time God is bringing you to your husband, you must be a wife that has been ready-made by God and not fixed by the husband. Sometimes I see what our sisters try to do. They try to fall into the hands of a man so that that man can make them the wife of their dreams.
Wanasema Boaz pia mambo ilikuwa hivyo.
Wanasema hivyo, lakini it was not so at the beginning. Hiyo mambo ya Boaz, it was a cultural issue. And I have said before that just because it is in the Bible does not mean it is biblical. And just because it is described in the Bible does not mean it is prescribed for your life. So we should be able to take the lesson and stop being distracted by the setup. That's very important. So sometimes we see some very conflicting scenes in the Bible and we are wondering, how can God do this? How can God even allow this to be in the Bible? It's for us to extract the lesson. So pale kwa Boaz, with the biggest lesson from there is that God is a God of providence, and God can be able to connect you to people who are going to activate your destiny. There are people who you meet in your life, even as a single person, and they accelerate. God uses them to restore the years that you have lost or to redeem the time. That's very important. That was the case for Boaz and Ruth, and I know we will talk about that some other day. Yeah, so God akaumba mdem, akaleta dem kwa Adam, and Adam alipoona mdem akaamka akasema, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of a man. You remember when Adam was put to sleep, he was put to sleep when he was naming the animals. God had given him an assignment ya kuname the animals. So when God put him to sleep, it looks like he put him to sleep when he was still in his office, the office where he was naming the animals. And so when he woke up, he was still in the nomenclature mood. So the first creature that he saw when he woke up from the sleep was a woman. And he said, this is now bone of my bones. You know, Karis, if I tell you, give me that cup, then I say, that's not the one. Give me that one. Then I say, that's not the one. Bring me the other one. Then when you bring it to me, I say, this is now what I was asking you to bring. So it was a eureka moment for Adam, because before he was with the woman, he was with other creatures, which he was naming. Some of those creatures were walking on their 2 feet. They looked like they would be perfect companions for him. But when he woke up from the sleep, he said, "Alas, this is now bone of my bones. I have seen many other creatures that would have been companions to me, but it cannot be compared to this." In other words, when God brings the woman into your life, you will be able to know, because how did Adam know that this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh? He was asleep when God alikuwa anatoa ile bone pale. So how did he know that this woman has come from the rib? And I've said many times, it's because the spirit of purpose is the spirit of revelation. When you sleep in purpose, when you are focused on the purpose, the bedroom called purpose, you are focused on the purposes of God. That same spirit that helps you to live the purposes of God is able to give you revelation on who is supposed to be in your life. So God did not wake up Adam and say, excuse me, wake up. Here comes your wife. I mean, Adam did not request a wife on Glovo and God delivered. So God alileta mdem na Adam alipona huyo mdem akasema, this is now bone of my bones. It means that he may have made considerations in the past, but they were not befitting the custom companion for purpose. But when he saw the woman, he said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. One of the things I have to say there, Karis, lazima to notice that Adam described the bone before he described the flesh. He didn't say, this is flesh of my flesh and bone of my bones. The order is important. This is bone of my bones. The bone is internal. The bone cannot be able to be seen with the naked eyes. You need X-ray vision for you to describe the bone. You don't need X-ray vision for you to describe the flesh. So Adam saw that which was internal before he saw that which was external. And it's a good lesson for our single young people that we are supposed to consider those things that are unseen before we consider those things that are seen. We are supposed to consider the spiritual and not the physical. We are supposed to consider the internal and not the external. We are supposed to consider character and not charisma. Very important. Yes, sir.
Internal before external. na ndio uchekio internal useme ndio hii sasa. Kuna hiyo kwa purpose.
Yeah.
Na then God ana avail.
Yes.
Okay.
God makes provision for the people who are doing his work. Yeah, provision will always follow purpose, and provision is not just financial provision or material provision. It's even the relationships that you need. Some people, in the course of deploying their purpose, they met what we call destiny helpers, people who accelerated or became their mentors or helped them to take flight and become great in the land over a short period of time. Yeah, so we need to know that there is a lot that you will get as a young person, kama kijana, when you are focused on the purposes of God for your life. When you're focused on living your life for God, God is going to bring such providences into your life. Very important. So mdema alikuja wakati jamaa alikuwa amefanya nini? Alikuwa anafanya job ya Mungu.
Okay.
Kabisa.
I think tume recap vizuri hapo. A few questions. By the way, hizo maswali zote mimi na compile. Kuna ile ninaweka for the last session. Itakuwa question and answer. Kwa sababu naziona nikiziuliza 10 unaanza kujibu, mtu atatusikiza hiyo siku ita recap vitu zote tume nini.
Kweli.
Yeah, so people wamekuwa kitu.
So episode ya mwisho tutafanya Q&A.
Itakuwa Q&A.
Tutajaribu kujibu.
Sasa saizi now that we've recapped. Unajua kuna swali kwa Pastor Doc ameni challenge. Vitu zote tick, purpose tick. God sasa hapa kwa God kuleta. Kuna chali alikuwa ananiambia so Karis nisikatiane. Jo Adam pia Adam hakurusha mawe kwa mabati na
akugonga window.
Kuna dema aliniambia apendi kusikia watu wakiwhistle. Vile unajua watu wanaita alikuwa anasema hiyo hata hiyo apendi. Kuna nini hata mheshimiwa chali alikuwa anauliza
role yake ni gani,
place ya kukatia sasa ya kujitetea.
Okay. Kuna sasa unajua hapo lazima tuangalie Bible in its entirety. The only person in the Bible mwenye God ashailetea bibi ni Adam. The only other place that is closer to that is Hosea, but hiyo ilikuwa poem ya God. It was a poetic expression, God trying to show the relationship between Israel and him. But the only person in the Bible mwenye God alichukua bibi na akampelekea, ama alichukua mdema akampelekea, was Adam. After that, God has never given anybody a spouse directly. That is why if you look at the book of Proverbs, the Bible says that riches and houses are inheritance from fathers, but a good wife comes from the Lord. A good wife coming from the Lord does not mean a good wife will be brought by the Lord. A very good example, Toyota vehicles are manufactured in Japan. So we can say that Toyotas come from Japan. But for you to get that Toyota, there are some things that you have to do. We are very sure that this Toyota is 0 mileage. It has been manufactured in Japan, but Japan is not going to deliver it to your doorstep. There are things that you have to do so that you can be able to get the Toyota car that has come from Japan. The Bible says that whoso findeth a wife, I believe it's Proverbs chapter 18 verse 24, whosoever findeth a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. The word find there is a verb. It means that you have to take action. Remember I told you last week that when Adam was about to be given a wife, God created an awareness in him. He brought the animals as a name. And he wanted Adam to see that of all the creatures that God had made, only him did not have a partner. So God started to stir in him an awareness that you need a partner in your life. And when you are in the purposes of God and doing the work of God, there is a place you will reach in your life where God will begin to stir up an awareness that it is time for Caris to get a wife. It is time for Doc to get a wife. And then now you have to go out there. So it's very important to know that let me just use the example of Toyota. Toyota does not make one Land Cruiser V8. It has many. They have the same specs, but they are not the same units. So God has very many wives which he has made in the secret place. It is now upon the guy to go and select what he would prefer. This is why the reason I'm saying this is because once you have ticked the boxes that are very important, like this person is born again, this person is sold out to the purposes of God, this person is living their life for God, the rest are preferences. Things to do with height, things to do with body size, things to do with the color of the skin. Those are secondary and tertiary things that do not add anything to the experience in the marriage. So long as the most important boxes have ticked, God also wants you to find the wife. So you need to know how to go to the cohort. And the cohort here, these are the women that God has made and the women that God has prepared. And then you choose one. You don't choose two. Okay, ama you don't talk to each and every one of them and then you will make a decision at the end of the year. You are going to bring a lot of confusion. So it's important for majama wajue when God has brought that awareness in you that you are supposed to take action. It's very important also majama wajue uwezi endea demu useme ati nilikuwa naomba alafu God akakuonesha ni wewe. Ama nilikuwa nalala alafu nikaona kwa ndoto umeteremka na wedding gown. Nikauliza God, my God, who is this coming down? Akasema, behold thy wife. There are many people who say those kind of things, but they are not true. The fact of the matter is, in as much as God may have shown you that this is the person I have for you, but you cannot go and tell that person your story. Itakuwa una blackmail kwa sababu that person also fears God. Sasa ukimwambia God has said it's you, atakwambia should I go alafu why is it that God told you alone? Siangewambia nyinyi wote. So if God has told you this is your future partner, please don't go and blackmail your partner. Not to blackmail, don't go and manipulate your partner. Your target, you are hopeful into obeying what
the Lord has revealed this.
Lazima uende date, lazima umkatie, lazima umsalimie. You have to be a gentleman. Lazima you do what men are supposed to do on this face of the earth. Maybe later utamwambia God had confirmed to me. That is why nikaingia ground.
Kuna jamaa lilia sana kwa harusi yake. Akasema yeye hakuwa ameona mtu like sura lakini alikuwa ameona hiyo nguo. Alikuwa ameona kila kitu lakini sura ndio hakuwa ameona. Sasa wakati aliona bibi anaingia jamaa alikuwa analia,
akaona anachezwa.
Si kuchezwa, like for him alikuwa anasema it's a prophecy that has come. In the dream yeye tu aliona vile dress itakaa na vile hata viatu atakuwa amevaa.
So it was a confirmation for him.
Sasa Mungu tu aliongeza sura.
It is possible. Spiritual experiences are possible.
Akalia bana, hata kwa yes I do alikuwa I do. Then hapo hivyo there is a clip that was trending the other time. Somebody went to pray kwa mlima huko. Alikuwa anaombea Sister Jackie. Sasa alikuwa anaambia God, Sister Jackie or I die. It's Sister Jackie or I die. Yes, I can imagine.
Like the man who was playing for England, give me England or I die.
Umetaja Toyota Kenya, Charles. Anaitwa Cloud Kisembe from Toyota Kenya Nyeri branch. Anasema itabidi tumetembea huko hiyo Cloud Kisembe.
Tutapiga show hapo.
So pasi hakuna place ya kusema you know the Holy Spirit ameshaniambia ni wewe.
If God has told you this is the one, it is for you.
You do the work.
It is not for the other person. We should not convert personal experiences into doctrine.
Na kama Kiswahili ama Kiingereza hakuna. Umeshaona lakini maneno.
Itabidi mazee umejikaza.
Kama story ya Isaac. Unajua kijana walituma mtu. Ule mtu ndiye alifanya negotiation.
Lakini lazima tuangalie the cultural context.
Ndio nasemaje basi. Hata wakati tunaenda mahari, sio? Tunaenda na watu. Kwa sababu kuna venye vitu hufanywa. Nimeona pia kwa church mse ana serve, ameserve hapo for long. Na there is a lady pia ameserve hapo for long. Nimeona kadhaa where watu ndo wamekaa wakasema tuongeleshe huyu na huyu. And they have been married. So issue inakuwa ni kujitetea pase. I know of somebody mwenye ni muoga kabisa. Akona mtu saizi na ni juu mtu
alikuwa anaogopa kuongelesha madem kabisa.
Ni msaya ukiongea na yeye lakini kifika kwa madem. So kuna place ya kusema wacha niongeleshe Pastor Doc, twende anisaidie hapa hivi. Kuna place kama hiyo kwa the dating scene saizi kwa church.
Maze hiyo ni ngori kwa sababu lazima ujikaze ujiongelele. Kwa sababu wewe unaenda kuishi na huyo dem ama na huyo chali. So lazima ujikaze uende useme nimekuona na ninakupenda ama na I'm attracted to you ama twende 1 or 2 dates. But also one of the ways pia ku overcome hiyo is just to get a mentor. Look for Mankaris, umwambie buda wewe ulichezaje game yako. Anakuambia sasa hivi ndo watu hufanya. Kitu ya kwanza mtu brush meno. Kitu ya pili mtu unavaa nguo safi na imepigwa pasi. Kitu ya tatu kama unapiga marashi hata kama ni zile za isiliza chwani unanuka vizuri. Nice haircut, nice shoes. Unaenda date vizuri alafu dem asilipe date. Unajikaza hata kama mtakunywa chai ya 50-50 una ensure
hiyo so yako ndio imetumika.
Ina show leadership. So mentors wanaweza kukusaidia. Ndio usiende tu hivyo kimalamala alafu
nauliza hivyo juu
unaingia kwa ngori mazi.
Kuna boys najua hapo ndio inakuwa ngori.
Kuna watu wanaogopaga madem, wanaonaga madem maze wanaingiza baridi mbaya sana. And also it has to do with how this person was brought up. But those are things that mentors and instructors can be able to help us tuweze ku overcome.
Awesome. So get yourself a mentor. The other scenario siku hizi pasipi unakuta Galdem ameona kijana na anasema kwani faida ya die. Anakuambia ni aje. Ni aje boy. Kuna venye. Kuna zenye zimekuwa hivyo na ziko. Unaweza sema nini kuhusu hiyo nini?
A woman who asks you out is very dangerous. A woman who asks you for a relationship is a desperate woman. Because the correct order was Adam first and then Eve. You remember pale kwa Genesis chapter 2, I believe it's verse 23 na 24. When God brought the woman to the man, it is Adam that began the talking. It is Adam that began the conversation. I told you, I believe the first person Eve interacted with when she was created was God. And I want to believe that by the time God was bringing Eve to Adam, Eve was not ready to begin the conversation to tell Adam that I was with God on the other corner and God told me that he's bringing me to you. The man should begin the conversations always. I keep telling our sisters that if you have feelings for somebody and they are not talking, do not talk to them about what you feel. Talk to God about what you feel. Don't talk to the guy. Don't ask the guy, do you love me? I keep telling the ladies, never tell a man you love him before he tells you he loves you. Okay. Never ask a man to marry you if he have not asked to marry you, because what will happen, you are going to be the leader of that relationship. And when things go south and he does not want you anymore, he will say, as a matter of fact, you are the one who came to me. In fact, the reason I did not tell you no, I thought maybe I'll crush your heart or I'll break your heart. So I just said yes. Okay. But you are not my choice. So Eve never did any talking. It is Adam that did the talking. So girls should never ask guys out. Kama unatamani mtu na unatamani kumwambia, enda waambie Mungu. Amuongeleshe. Lakini after chat usiende kuambia mtu ati I like your height, please can you marry me? I'm 37, 38.
Wanasema kuna signs. And I'm hug for more than a minute, ajijazie.
Yeah, there is something that is also called leading from the second chair. That you can be able to show that you are aligning, but that aligning should be in the context of the guy is already making moves.
Okay.
So you are helping him to get in touch with you, but you cannot be the initiator. You cannot be the initiator of somebody that has never shown interest into you. The man must show the interest, and then the woman is going to respond. Sometimes the man shows the interest and is not very sure whether the girl is going them atasema yes. So kama the girl has prayed and she believes that this is a relationship that could go somewhere, she can lead from the second chair. Like, for example, she can always come on dates. She should always respond, like to give signals that yes, I am getting what you are trying to do.
Yeye ndiye anacheka peke yake kwa hizo dry jokes.
Ama unajaribu ku give somebody a very warm hug, lakini anaimwagilia maji, anakupatia zile hallelujah hug za crusade kabla crusade ianze.
Somebody anasema hapa pasi. Anasema hapa kwa kusema galdem, maybe kujitetea. Anasema this is the main reason why Christian ladies wanakuwa single for decades. Alafu anaargue, anasema naliona mwingine hapa alikuwa anasema it's not like Adam had choices. Aliyekuwa naive, hakuwa ona dem mwingine. Aliona tu Eve. And automatically ikakuwa ni Eve. So huyu anasema ni chali, anaitwa Ngigi. And I also saw somebody asking here hapa. Tukisema mtu haezi akajitetea. Anasema hiyo ndio reason unakuta mademu wengi church. Na mimi naona mademu wengi church wakioleka, by the way. Mimi naona marusi naona hata Sunday kwetu kama 5 waliyekuwa hapo.
Mimi hata sijui kwa nini watu wanasema ati mademu wengi wa church wa mariki. That's not true.
Bana nasema hii ndio reason unakuta wengi wanakuwa single for decades. Kuna exception ya ati hii wacha ni jitetee. Ikikubalika sawa, ikikubalika sawa. Ama is it a rule? A rule kwa ground that unaweza lead from the second seat?
No, it's not advisable.
Unaweza cheka kwa jokes dry mpaka jijazie.
It's not advisable. You should just develop your social and communication skills. But you should never go directly to kwa chali kumwambia unampenda ama unamtaka ama unataka akuoe. Huyo jamaa amesema it's not like Adam had choices, but I have said before that sometimes in the Bible when we see a setup, we should take the lesson and not be distracted by the setup. So the lesson there is, it's a template that when God brought the woman, Adam is the one that began the conversation with the woman. It was not like, even if God was to bring more than one woman, I believe Adam would still have started the conversation. It's orderly, it's biblical, it's leadership. When the man is making the first move. So the lady, because she has been with God in her corner and she has had conversations with God, when the man makes the move, you know, when Adam said, this is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh, Eve did not refuse and Eve did not protest, and God also did not protest or refuse. They kept quiet, and in their quietness there was the yes. The yes was in the silence of God and in the silence of Eve. So sometimes when Adam begins the conversation, the woman, actually most of the time, if Adam begins the conversation, the work of the woman is to respond. Women should never go out there. By the way, I keep telling people, and I keep telling my dear sisters, that it's very important for them to stop saying that I'm looking for a husband. There is no man that marries a woman who says I'm looking for a husband, because women are not supposed to be looking for husbands. Women are supposed to be looked for. It is men who are supposed to say, I am looking for a wife. You position yourself in a way that you can be found. If you go to a place where there are eligible bachelors and a woman comes to say that I'm looking for a husband, it's aggressive and it's not modest and it's not ladylike. Women are supposed to be looked for. It is the man that marries the woman. It is not the man and the woman marrying each other. Women don't marry anybody. Women are married by men.
As you're saying that, per se,
yeah.
That particular contest of bachelor, bachelorettes, you know, it has been, shows have been made, by the way, the bachelor, the nini.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, and the thought is we provide a perfect grounding where everything is perfect. Put these guys there, one lady, or put these ladies there, one guy. But hata unakuta how it ends with one guy, one Charlie. The relationship usually breaks because it's an assumption that Damon is out of 10 and as a narrow down in a sample mpaka mwe moja, even vice versa, even for the guys.
Yeah.
Because the grounding, or as you are saying, the background, how God wants it to be, it's not at a perfect setup. It's not a game.
Yeah.
And, you know, people have made it as a game. You know, we've subscribed to that and we've brought it to our own real lives. But as you're saying how it was, then we get to see the formula. And I can see people are saying, whoever followed what you are saying, they are happy. So unasema pasi, unasema men are chasers.
Yes. Men are the ones who are supposed to find.
Alafu anasema sasa tueleze juu ya age. Acha tuulize hii swali because tushaingia kwa hiyo conversation.
Okay.
Anaanza tueleze juu ya age. What if a lady is older than the man?
That's a good question. I think the most important thing, if you look at the book of Ephesians chapter number 5, I believe it's from verse number 24, 25 thereabout. Paul is talking to the Ephesian church about, he's telling the wives to submit to their husbands. That word submit there is respect, is the word respect in you know, if you translate it from the Greek. And I keep telling people that if you find a woman that is older than you, I don't think there will be a problem so long as you are able to respect the man. The most important thing in a relationship between a man and a woman who are going to be a husband and a wife is if the woman believes that the man she is with she will be able to respect him. So whether the person is older than you or younger than you, just ask yourself, is this somebody that I can be able to respect? Because you have to remember that the man is the leader of the home. The man is the head of the wife. The man is the spiritual and the visionary leader of the home, regardless of the age. So if you get married to somebody that you cannot be able to respect, or somebody who doesn't respect you as a man, you're going to have problems. I have also said very many times that sometimes maturity does not come with age. Sometimes age arrives alone, you know, without maturity. And therefore, you could be looking at somebody that is older, but they have not grown up. You know, they have grown old, but they have not grown up. So always look for somebody that you can be able to respect. Always look for somebody that you can be able to submit to. If you don't, you are going to have challenges. So age is not an issue so long as the woman respects you, or so long as the woman believes that she will respect you if you are younger than her.
Well answered. lakini bado hata kwa hiyo scenario age kijana ajiongee
lazima you have to lead. Lakini pia kuna age difference zingine pia ni ngori. Usiende pia kwa age difference ya 20 years. Sasa mkiwa na conflict, wife atakuwa anakuongelesha kama firstborn wake.
Kwa nini kura mfupa before wewe uzaliwe?
Atakwambia you are like my firstborn son. Unaniambia nini?
Pasija tumalize na hii.
Wazi.
Hata sijui kama tumeongelea leo. Hii ndio uzuri ya kukuwa na series na kwa lao.
Kuna next time.
Usema to pray God to lead. Wanasema niko na swali. Ni Galdem hapa hivi. Nasema if a guy who is born again na huwa mna attend church pamoja hatujawahi ongea but in recent days huwa ananiambia na glow ati nimechange for the better, God's grace iko juu yangu,
amekuwa apostolic,
anasema I'm blessed etc. As in hata design huwa anakuja na nisalimia it's so different from before. So is it that kuna venye ama ni siasio?
The fact that she has noticed the difference, malines zinarushwa. Because kuna majama wengine bado kwa hiyo church but they are not doing that. So akaanza kusema umerembeka, unakapoa na hii dress, I like you are smelling nice, I like your nails, I mean you are glowing, it looks like hii maombi nafanya
unaimba vizuri
sana vizuri. Mimi nasikia hata nawezama kabisa ukiimba.
Na hiyo siku hata mic yako ilikuwa imezima kwa background.
Hata uko unasikika. Hiyo jamaa ameingia uwanja.
Haya. Acha tuombe Mungu aongoze.
Kabisa.
Wow. Pasi. Thank you for coming. I feel like hii conversation inaenda ikievolve. But uzuri foundation ilikuwa set
kabisa.
Na leo pia I think tumeongeza kitu kwa hiyo conversation. Unaona hii ya kufuata na kufuatwa. Mimi naona mangori mingi sana zinatokelezeanga juu ya kitu vile ilianza.
Foundation.
Na kuna vitu hata to change aje, to evolve aje quote and quote. Tukue modern aje. Kuna formula tu haiwezi ka change.
Ni biblical.
Kuna formula haiwezi change. Hiyo tu ndio bado ndio formula.
Hiyo ndio formula.
Unakuta siku hizi hata kuna ile na nimekana vijana church na mimi huona si kitu ya kuargue but tuna argue a lot. Hata kusample, kutest drive. Inatoka kwa maboy na pia inatoka kwa magirl. Na watu bado utaona mikono juu pale hivyo on Sunday. Tunafanya inakaa ni kama hii kitu God anataka kuleta when two people meet na kama ni jokes. Na outcome inaonekana even after people are married. So we better emphasize on starting better
on the biblical principles and biblical foundation,
even when the world thinks otherwise. And even when the worldliness of the world has also cropped in our midst and we are thinking otherwise. Wacha sisi to stand out kama wale wasoni
hapo kwa kutaste and test. Just remember, if you taste it will be harsh. If you test it will crush. Tasting and testing are not on the side of the Bible.
Rudia your punchline. If you test
if you taste it will be harsh. If you test it will crush. Tasting and testing are not on the side of the Bible. Just wait for your wedding night.
Tumemaliza for today. We'll continue next Thursday.
Wazi.
And I don't take your presence here for granted, Pastor Doc. Ukienda FB tafuta tu Samuel Omondi. Utaona tu sura ni yake.
Kabisa.
Ingia inbox yake, muulize hizo maswali zote unaniuliza hapa hivi.
Na IG ni Pastor Doc.
IG ni Pastor Doc. TikTok tulisema ana revive. Hiyo nitahakikisha before tumemaliza hii series amerudi kuwa active huko TikTok kwa Pastor Doc bado. And let's engage.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, the building looks very good. But it's the foundation that will ensure that building lasts. Mimi utembea mahali na kuta ruins, unasikia hii nyumba ilijengwa 19 something 1901 ni ruins, yes. Lakini unaangalia hiyo kitu foundation yake ilikuwa inakaa aje,
iko fiti.
Yes. So you better get the foundation right.
It matters how you start.
It is work when it comes to foundation.
It matters how you start. If you don't start correctly, you will have a wrong start.
Mimi si fundi lakini najua kwa foundation kuna chuma huwezi compromise. Kuna mixture fulani ya simiti na mchanga huwezi compromise. Kuna venye utachika.
Kuna hardcore.
Kuna hardcore. Like kuna a lot of quality na a lot of choices to be made. The same applies.
Fundi aliniambia before you go up, you must go down. You only go up by going down.
Wow. Thank you, Pastor Doc.
Asanti.
Baraka.